What's going on, people? Happy Monday. Or no, it's Tuesday. My bad. It's Tuesday. We're going to get into it. This is Glendon, your hustling godfather. Today we're going to talk about hustling is a state of mind. Being a business founder is a lifestyle. The art of making money. It's a lifestyle. Got a lot of people out here who are trying to do this thing part-time. It's not a part thing. It's like being married part-time. That's how this thing goes. And you got a lot of people who are lackadaisical about this. Really is sad. So before we get into it, I knew I was going to chop it off. Before we get into it, I want to get into this. All right. The Memorial Day is still going on because I got started yesterday late. So it is still in effect. I think I put the language that is going to go on to the 30th. Plus, I'm getting ready to do something very special for the Hustler LLC people. So this is how it goes. Go below. Use the coupon VET and you can get anything at Hustlers Kung Fu Life Skills 51% off. It's just that cool. Also, this is a community supported stream, meaning there are no ads on here. So we greatly appreciate some support of $25 super chats, $30 super chats, and the super chat is the little $ that's at the bottom of the chat. You can see it on your phone or your laptop or your iPad if that's what you got. Let's move that. Doesn't really seem to move that. But anywho, let's get into the mindset of someone who is hustling and hustling hard. First of all, it's a lifestyle. It's what you do. It's who you are. It's not some part-time thing. It's not something you kind of playing around with. It is who you are. It's who you determine to be. Hold on a second. I don't know why I am red, but hold on a second. I'll be right back. I wonder if y'all can hear me this far away from the microphone. Probably not, but I don't feel like being the red man today. So let's see what happens there. Let's see. A little bit better, but not much. Kind of crazy. All right. Part of this thing of how can I say this? I have one personal checking account. Now, I think that's where I should start with this. And I think I got maybe $1,500 in there, something like that. I don't know. I run my life like a business. I run my dating like a business. I run the way that I manage my girls like a business. I run everything like a business. There's order. There is a program. There's an agenda. It is a lifestyle. And many people want to get into this lifestyle on a part-time basis. They want to get full-time benefits by being a part-time hustler. Hustling is a state of mind. It is in your every thought. Everything that you do, everything that you are hustling. It is just part of who you are. What do you mean you can barely hear me? I don't know. That must have been when I changed the thing because it looks pretty good right now. But anyway, yeah, that's a 30-second delay. It is in your DNA. If you have children, it'll be in their DNA. If you have a good wife, a great wife that listens to you that is on your team, it's going to be in her DNA. Give you an example. Let's say you're out there hustling, right? And your wife comes home and said, look, let's say you do scrap metal. And your wife's like, I just passed this building they're breaking apart, and there's a lot of iron over there. You should go check it out. You go check it out. It's like $2,000 of scrap metal because your wife is on your team. It's in her. Everyone, even the kids, is like, hey, Dad, there was some scrap iron over here at such and such address. I wrote it down. Here you go. Everybody is for everybody. If you're successful, they're successful. It's a team effort. And one of the things that you have to do is you got to get your hustle in the cave. And what I mean by that is you got to learn how to hustle by yourself. You got to spend some time alone. It's going to suck because when you are building yourself, when you are hustling, there's a period of time when you don't know what you're doing. And during that period, it's going to be very frustrating. You're going to want to give up. You're going to want to stop. You just like every day it sucks. Every day it is just not going the way that you thought it would go. Every day, Jody's got your girl. Jody all up in there. Some cases, Jody does have your girl. Jody's got your girl. Your girl's gone. Your wife's gone. Your family gone. Your house gone. Even the dog is gone. And this is that cave of loneliness where you build the character of your manhood. Because that is not going to be shaped with your mom or your wife or your girlfriend. That is something that's going to be shaped through your own efforts, through your own philosophy, through you becoming that disruptive man. You got to go through it. There's no one that could go through it for you. No one. No one can help you out. No one can throw you a lifeline. No, you can't call one of your lifelines like on the game show. You just got to go through it. Now, fortunately, it's not forever. For some of you, it'll be 6 or 7 months. For some of you, it'll be 3 years. For me, it was 3 years. It was 2.5 years. 2.5 years that I was developing these philosophies, developing these business tactics when I had nothing. Nothing. It was me going through the grooming process of becoming a better man. I was already a man, but I was a man without purpose. I was a man without direction. I was a man that really wasn't valuable to humanity. And I had to change all that because it sucks being that kind of man. It sucks not having any assets. It sucks not having any money. It sucks working on a temporary job that you know that you are smarter than the person who has hired you, but they have the money, they make the rules. You so smart, but why are you working for this person? Because you are smart, but you haven't proven or validated your smartness. So you're just smart all up in here. You're not smart all out here. Because when you're smart all out here, the validation is cash. It's money. It's a nice home. It's a nice car. It's money in the bank. It's investments. That's the validation out here. Because a lot of you have great potential. Amazing potential. But you ain't realizing that potential. Because you have not taken that first step of working on your manhood. Getting your economics together, learning what the legal system is, getting your spirit, your mind together, and then 4, learning game. I don't care if you are a billionaire. You need to still have game as a man. This is how you have a guy who has a whole bunch of money, Mark Zuckerberg, and he ends up marrying the first piece of pussy you come across. I hope it ends well for Mark. I really do, but I have a feeling it won't. Because Mark has no game. Mark's an extremely smart guy. You know, I think he's in the top 20 richest people in the world. And I think Mrs. Zuckerberg, who did not take his last name, is going to probably be in the top 50 at some point in the future because she's going to divorce him and she's going to take half. He'll still be a billionaire, but just that toll. So you need this. You need to step your game up. You need to take action. What do we got going on in here? Because this is going to be short because I have a burner. Wait a minute. Let me just go ahead and let y'all know what's coming next. Let's see. Can I move that? I can. There we go. We're going to talk about penis envy. It's going to be interesting. So I'll put the link over here in the chat so y'all can be a part of that experience because it's going to be kind of crazy. So let me just put that over there a few times. All right. What's going on? Josh Barr, Kendall Vision, Stefan Ozer, Richard Poe, Charlatan. All right, Charlatan. Charlatan's like the platoon sergeant. He got all the mods and gear. What's up, Richie? This dude Bakes, thank you for being the moderator. Charlatan, Josh Barr, Diana Thompson, thank you. Thank you, Charlatan, for the $25 super chat. Pass me some ribs. What's up, Al Gordon? What's up, Charles Harr? Yeah, I had to go let some light in there. It was just too red. Let's see. I see it's like the executive that plays football in college and pulls a lot of his philosophies from the lessons he learned on the field. Exactly. You know, it's funny you mentioned that. I pull a lot of lessons from Nick Saban. You do not get to be that successful over and over and over unless you got some stuff going on. And one of the things that he does is he talks shit to his players. Tony Brown, who I think got drafted this year, he was like, Tony, you want to go home? You had enough? He seems to get the most out of people that way. Yeah, Gear Z Net. Mark did slip. This episode not brought to you by Under Armour or the Atlanta Braves. That's funny, Stefan. Mark ain't getting no pussy at home, so he fucks everyone that uses Facebook. There's a lot of truth to that. Al Gordon, the story yesterday had me locked in. I wasn't, you know what's funny? I wasn't going to tell that story. I ain't the only pregnant chick I fucked. That's why I went my first time. When I did that, I felt some kind of way because of my upbringing and the significance and the importance and the fragileness of a pregnant woman. But that girl wasn't fragile. She could take a licking and keep on ticking. I mean, she liked it hard. She liked it rough. So I gave it to her that way. The original Lady Pip. I think Mark Z is the more calculating thing. His wife has been filming. All right, the Lady Original Pimp. Let's just kick it to the curve. Before Mark got married, he was a billionaire. How is she benefiting him other than fucking him? She ain't benefiting him financially. He had that on lock before he even knew who she was. Let me just say this. There ain't no pussy on this earth that's worth $5 billion, $10 billion. She ain't benefiting him. Facebook is run by Sheryl Sandberg and some other old 50-plus dudes. She just is in a very nice and wonderful position. Ladies, stop that mess like, hey, I got you a sandwich. That should be worth $250K in case we get divorced. Come on. Come on, man. Come on, man. No. Mark is stupid. Just put it this way. Thank you, Comfort Zone Studios. What's up? Johnny Walton. I know, man. The Wild Jones Report. Thank you for being a mod. Green Machine. Apparently that video has a lot of people mesmerized because it's at like 2,300 views in less than 24 hours, which surprised me because I thought it was gonna have like 600 or 700. Wish a motherfucker would. Yeah, Mark is rich and she's gonna be richer. They live in California. Oprah. What about Oprah? Dwayne Bryant, Coach GF found a great selling book in the thrift store yesterday called Selling the Invisible. I'm going to keep telling you guys, you can buy sales books from the 1920s, the 1930s, a lot 1940s, and that's still going to work. You're just going to have to make some adjustments. Creative and Quality, LLC. Hey, Glennon. It's been a long time, but thank you. I can now say I'm an African-American cleaning service construction worker. Man, you're more Jamaican than African American, man. Sam Thomas, is it better to have a woman who is a boss chick with her own or a typical housewife type? What is a typical housewife? Housewives are very rare. Most dudes don't make enough money to have a housewife, so that's rare. You want a woman who is of quality, a woman who is reasonable, a woman that has a high intelligence, a woman that has good conversation. So, just depends. So, let's get back to the hustle mindset. Now, one of the things that you got to understand, this is a lifestyle. It is a way of living. It is a way of being. And it's something that you're going to put into your hustle and your life, because the hustling lifestyle is very much like being married. Are there any days off from being married? No. Are there any days off from being a parent? No. Even when your kids are not with you, you still worry about them because you're mom and dad. There are no days off. That's a full-time vocation. It's not a job. It's a vocation. A vocation or a mission that will last until that child is born or one of you die. Marriage, same thing, except you have the option of divorce. It's until one of you die or you get divorced. There is no time off. There's no days off. That's the hustling lifestyle. There are no days off. And I'm stressing this because so many people want to hustle part-time and have the full-time benefits of hustling part-time. We got to get away from that. Cheating and leave the courtroom like Danielle Rollins. I'm rich, bitch. Oh, man. Gear Z, housewives and boss chicks are pretty rare. I'm going to talk about that on Disruptive Mail. Sam Thomas, cook, clean, and take care of kids who doesn't work. Once again, that's kind of rare. Now, if you want to talk about the welfare queen, the woman who's on welfare, she doesn't have a job, she takes her full-time job taking care of her kids, I don't even consider that the housewife. I consider that's a woman who's living on the government dick. Ain't a housewife. That's a different creature. A housewife is a woman who could have a career, but decides to sacrifice to stay home with the kids. How many times have I said that I don't date poor women? How many times have I said this on this channel, another channel? The least amount of money of anyone I've dated in the last 10 years, oh, there was crazy. That was it. Damn it. I went against my template because she kind of lied to me too. Because I thought she made 55, but she didn't. Damn That was the lowest amount of money. I don't mess with no broke chicks, because here's the philosophy behind that. Let's say you doing it, you fucking, both of you catch feelings at the same time. Then all of a sudden you're in this situation, and then next thing you know, me for me, me for you for me. We all a big happy family. You get married, but let's say you marry a woman who's not a boss chick, but she's a competent adult. She has her own money. She has her own place. She has her own credit, good credit. She has money in the bank. That is just being a competent human being. That's being an adult. That ain't a boss chick. You marry her, good things can happen. Let's say you get up with a bum. She got bad credit. She got a low income job. Her apartment's trashy, but you can't see past that. All that ass all up in your face. Like, oh, I can't. You mesmerized by the ass. It's like, big booty, big booty, big booty. You can't see anything else until after you get in it, after you marry her. Then you look around and like, this place is nasty. She's a slob. Oh my God, I married a bum. Gearsy Net. I'm going to say something, and this is going to be in the future podcast on Disruptive Male. The most power that most women have is being a mother, because you have 1, 2, 3, or 4 kids that you can tell what to do, and they better do it. That's the most power that most women have. Most. So that's one of the things you have to go. So this is just a little warm up that you got to get your mental together. You've got to get your mental game together, because hustling is a full-time occupation. Making money is a full-time occupation. And being that CEO, that boss, whatever you want to call it, the man up top, whoever you want to be that makes the decisions, the decision makers, that's a full-time gig. You're going to have to get your mental right. Bill Belichick, who I'm not a fan of, but I respect the man's accomplishments. That little evil gnome, he got rings. He got rings. Once again, love him, hate him, whatever. He has a process. He has a formula. He has a way of doing things that works at a high level for a consistent amount of time. This is who he is. He lives it. He breathes it. Everyone who is living that hustler lifestyle is breathing it. They eat it for breakfast. They eat it for lunch. They eat it for dinner. And when they get a romantic partner, she becomes infected with the disease. It's a good disease. Instead of killing you, it makes you richer. It makes you live longer, and it makes you have better health. This is a good affliction, because this is what you're going to do. If you've got the mindset, you will infect anyone who is in close proximity to you. Don't talk about me, man. Pretty much. Green Machine, if I only knew this 6 years ago. But you know it now. James Dawson, I love it here. Finally some place where it's real in your face. Tell it like it is. Love this. I mean, I have had the benefit, misfortune, call it what you want, of being right where you are. And I already know the consequences of marrying a bum. I married a bum. I mean, I want you to really think about this. And this is one of the reasons that I could never take off or get anything going. There was always a fire. There was always a crisis. So I want you to look at my energy expenditure. I'm working a full-time job, which takes a lot of energy. I'm working a a part-time job that takes a lot of energy. There was a 2-year period I worked 7 days a week and didn't take a day off, because I married a bum. She didn't care that I was I got sick. That's what broke the 2-year record. I came down with pneumonia, and I had to stay home for 6 weeks and take erythromycin. Fortunately, from working all that hours, I had the vacation. and the PTO. Because I was working overtime, I was working part-time, I was killing myself. But if I had taken that energy and poured it into a business, whoo! But once again, I married a bum. That was like, I remember when it got so bad that she quit her job. She had a good job. And she said, Daryl doesn't like me, so I quit. This is what she told me. But she said, you good. You know, you always figure it out. So I'm about to go take a nap. That's what I married. Ooh. So I can tell it to you what's going to happen. I don't care how pretty she is. I don't care how good the sex is. If she's a bum, those bum tendencies are going to come out and harm you. That's what's going to happen. And it's a mindset. Because you can marry an ordinary girl that has a good mindset and she's adaptable, she's malleable, and you can suggest some and she's like, oh, this is good. And she'll take it up. And next thing you know, you got a partner who you can hustle with. But every woman's not like that. Anthony Johnson, I wrote a goal to sell more on eBay, and I just got a sale and stacking my PayPal account for at least 2 years growing the asset. Thanks. Awesome. Dan, the only players want full-time benefits from part-time input. True. I know, Dimitri. Joshua Hill, what is your stance on getting a foreign woman, being her 90 shiny army and upgrading her back in America? Well, I have dated foreign women, and my experience has been totally different. They have been competent. I dated a girl who was born in Cameroon, immigrated to France. She was an attorney. It was a great experience. I don't think if you can go and get some woman that is uneducated, that is really kind of ignorant, she's not stupid, she just doesn't know, and bring her back here, because she will be infected by these American women in short order. So unless you're going to keep her chained up in the basement, I don't think that's going to work. Green Machine, preach, Uncle G, preach. Unfortunately, I'm with a sucker. That's ugly, man. Douglas Jones, I dated an astounding beauty with a good body, way smarter than I ever would be. Asked her to marry me. She turned into a monster, tried to kill me no less than 8 times. Damn. Wow. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and once again, you know, you live and learn. You live and learn. Because, I mean, essentially, the template doesn't change. You still going to have to be a dude that's bringing it. Marry a foreign woman. And I had this conversation with a friend. When I was in that boarding house stage, I used to date a lot of women that was out of state. And the reason that I dated women out of state was I didn't want to be responsible for a real relationship, because I was still licking my wounds from my divorce. I didn't want someone who could just drop in or drive over. I wanted someone that had to make plans for us to be together. And we could talk on the phone for, you know. And then one day I was like, why am I getting all these out of state chicks? And it's going to be a good story with that one. It's going to be a real good story. But I just had to take responsibility for my romantic life, and all of a sudden, things got good. The tricks that we play on ourselves, the lies that we tell ourselves, they can be damning and they can be deadly. This dude Bakes, appreciate the super chat. Wow, man. Pearls were the original engagement rings from 1200s to 1800s. Yep, I'm actually going to do a piece on De Beers and what they did. Cicero, you're right about men trying to marry 4 women. You have them marry competent women at the end of the day as a man, have resources. Pretty much. Jamar Moore. My thoughts are that a real boss can upgrade anyone, but reality life always shows me that different. Being a bum is a mindset, and most people don't want to change because it's easy. Pretty much. Battle Rats. That's a new one. No, it didn't. I don't know why, Charles, but I appreciate you anyway. And this dude Bakes, thanks for the $5 super chat. All right, so what we're getting ready to do is we about to go over here. So I'm gonna put the link here. Let's see. I did not see Charles. Let me go through. I did not see it. Let's see. Oh, it did. Charles Hall. My bad. I missed it. It did go through. All right. So this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be talking about loving women in 2018, penis envy, the source of all female jealousy, and why they want to fuck you. This one's going to... I got something to do tonight, hence the dressed up shirt. But this is going to be wild. This is going to be wild. You know, it's going to be kind of crazy, but that's what's going to be next. And I will put the link there. And then also for the people, make sure that popped up. Make sure that I got it straight. All right, the Memorial Day sale is still going on, 51% off. Use the code VET. The links are below. The links to everything's below. And keep in mind that I'm going to do something very special for the people who buy the Hustler LLC. It's going to be crazy. All right, so give me about 5 or 6 minutes to get this switched up. Put the link there. And we will be getting into it because it's going to be wild, man. It's going to be wild. Really, really wild. All right. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you guys at the other channel. Like, subscribe, share this video with someone you feel that needs it. And I'll see you guys at Disruptive Mail.